Sebelum menonton, jangan lupa like, subscribe, dan tekan tombol lonceng. Selamat menyaksikan.
Sesaat lagi Anda akan menyaksikan karantina virtual Putri Bumi Indonesia 2021 dengan narasumber oleh Dodos Domingo, Pageants Public Speaking Coach, yang akan membahas how to ace the speaking battle. Mari kita ikuti videonya.
So can we all in passing can you all unmute your microphone? I know it won't synchronize, but at least it's so nice and amazing to listen to all of you reciting Peter Piper. So everybody please unmute your microphones and let's do Peter Piper. 1, 2, ready, start.
Peter Piper picked up a
Okay, amazing. Okay, so I know it won't synchronize because you know it's Bluetooth like that, but at least you have the taste of it. Can we move to the next slide? Okay. Okay, this one, there are last 2 tongue twisters that we're going to recite just for you to exercise your tongue, okay? Remember, you as Miss Earth, you have to be the voice of the world. You have to be the voice of Indonesia, so definitely your speaking skill should be properly trained and developed, okay? Can you imagine an imaginary menagerie manager, imagining managing an imaginary menagerie? Everybody, please say it. 1, 2, 3.
Can you imagine
Okay, great. Okay, and for the last tongue twisters, for the last practice of our tongue, Shy Sarah saw 6 Swiss watches. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, congratulations. First, you managed to win all the 3 tongue twisters. Let's move now to the next slide. Okay, now, for everybody's information, I have been training for so many years now. Especially, I started with Miss Philippines Earth, when I coached the winner during that year. That was a long time ago in 2007. She was my student, and then I started with Miss Earth. That's the reason why Miss Earth is actually very close to my heart, aside from the fact that I also know Miss Lorraine and you know the people behind the Miss Earth organization. And recently, I was actually commissioned by Miss Face of Humanity, which is based in Canada, to interview all the candidates that will be participating in that pageant this coming April. And so there is one common denominator among all the beauty queens that I've interviewed and that I've trained. According to them, the most dreaded part of the pageant has always been the question and answer and the personal interview. And that's the reason why, if you would notice, all organizations are actually putting ample time to give their candidates training for Q&A or for communication or for personal interview. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Okay, what do you think why it's the most dreaded one? Meaning, when it's most dreaded, this is something that they're so afraid, to confront. First, lack of positive experience, probably. Can we keep on moving? Being the center of attention, being judged by an audience, and fear of failure, all of which are part actually of public speaking anxiety. I'm very sure the previous speaker, who is also a public speaking, trainer, has somehow touched all these things, no? But we will put this into the context of beauty pageant, right? So, lack of positive experience. Can we move to the next part? Next slide. Okay. There are actually 4 types of anxiety, girls. No, first is during the preparation stage. You are now having an anxiety preparing for the Q&A, for the interview. I'm very sure of that. But of course, we have different levels of anxiety. Some have less and some have more, because the problem here is how you will start. I'm very sure the moment a certain question is thrown at you, you know the answer. But the problem is you are struggling to create a very good introduction to your answer, right? Sometimes, you know, the answer, I mean, the question is actually very easy, but how to start with a big bang, that is one that we struggle, right? So another thing is the preparation anxiety. In Miss Earth especially, you need to have a background on the different environmental issues in the world. So you don't have to be so knowledgeable about that. You don't have to be so expert about, you know, environmental problems, but at least you know something about them. You have background about them. And how will you be able to know these things? Of course, you have to read. You have to, you know, browse the internet. You have to talk to experts. You have to listen to speakers, right? In order for you to accumulate all the information about environmental problems. And that fact alone will give you anxiety. My gosh, am I able, or will I be able to embrace all this information? These are the things that, you know, happen to most candidates. And then the preparation, right? And then pre-performance anxiety. A day before your actual interview, a day before the actual coronation, you feel the anxiety as well. And then on the actual day, you have the performance anxiety. During the actual presentation, definitely there is this anxiety that you're feeling, but remember, that is healthy. That is something that you should not worry about, because the moment you feel this anxiety, that means to say you're a human being, you're a beauty queen, okay? But the most important thing is you will be able to overcome. You will be able to overcome all these anxieties as you, you know, go up the stage. Next slide, please. Okay, so lack of positive experience, no, we tend to remember poignant feelings and emotions more than everyday ones. So we as human beings, more often than not, what we remember are the things that hurt us the most, right? Because we believe that, you know, this gives us, you know, more strength as women. But then as beauty queens, as Miss Earth candidates, you have to reverse it. Okay, always go to the positive side. Always remember the good things in you. Okay, how many times have you attempted public speaking? The fact that all of you are here and you qualified as finalists for Putri Bumi Indonesia, that means to say you somehow, some way, you have experienced public speaking in different levels, in different situations. And I believe you already have such skill. But what we're going to do here is to reinforce the skill. And then you have to reflect on the experiences, whether it's good or bad, and how did you prepare for each occasion. Now, in most cases, actually, girls, it's not positive experience that we lack, but it's more on the, please click again, it's more on the actual experience. Because why am I saying this? You are all young women. Yeah, you are all young girls. More often than that, the questions being thrown at you are hypothetically, could be answered hypothetically. No, why? Because you haven't really experienced, no, the trials and the tribulations in life. You're very young, fresh, right? And so sometimes there are questions which are very challenging, and then you cannot answer, you feel you cannot answer it well because you haven't been in that situation. Yes, that's true. You haven't been in the situation, but that does not or should not stop you from giving a very impressive answer, and it should not stop you for your lack of experience, it should not stop you from winning the crown. Okay, so how you do that, no? So that's the reason why you have to prepare. You have to be more observant about the people around you. You have to be, you have to really, know the stories of other people, and you have to be cognizant or aware about what's going on around you. Remember, you are beauty queens, and you should not be one-dimensional. You should have a say on any issue or any topic. For Miss Earth, specifically environmental issues, no? And then, yes, next slide, please. Okay. So another thing is that the reason why you are somewhat, experiencing the anxiety is because you feel that you're being the center of attention. Everyone is staring at you, right? Why? Because you are the potential queen that they might be looking for, Miss Earth. And since you are aware that everybody, that the public eyes are on you, you have to be very careful in all the things that you say. You have to be very careful in all the moves that you're doing and in all the words that come out from your mouth, no? Because the beauty queen is a public figure. You're a public property. Now, if you are not comfortable being scrutinized by the public, then you might be in the wrong realm, no? You might not be in the beauty pageant world. You should not be here if you will feel that. So you have to be very much aware and ready about the scrutiny of the public. You cannot please everybody. Remember that. Nobody could please everybody, no matter how nice you are, no matter how beautiful you are, no matter how articulate you are, no matter how genuine you are. There will always be people who will bash you. There will be always people who will question you. But then you should not be affected by that, girls, no? Because for as long as you know in your heart that you are doing the right thing, then no amount of negative comments should affect you as a beauty queen, okay? So being comfortable with yourself comes from being confident. And how can you become confident? If you believe in yourself and if you believe in your purpose, if you know the reason why you are here in Putri Bumi, Indonesia, then that's it, okay? Next, one. Okay. Eye contact, we will tackle that later. Okay, you are being judged, no? Not only by the judges, not only by the jury, but by the audience, no? The moment you are being judged, I'm very sure you're aware of it because, I saw some of the trainings in the previous quarantines that you have. So somehow this has been touched, but then I would like to be very emphatic about it. I would like to reiterate about this. You are being judged by your appearance, no? Face. Now, you might be asking, what is beautiful? What is not? Remember, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And beauty is a relative term. What may be beautiful in my eyes might not be beautiful in the eyes of another person, and vice versa, right? So that's the reason why we encourage, especially in Miss Earth, diversity. No? Each one of you here, if you're 17 or 16 or 20, we are seeing, 20 beautiful women, okay, who are about to conquer the world, the earth. So you are being judged by your face, by the body figure and your posture, even though you are in a quarantine, even though this is digital, even though this is virtual, you should always be in your best posture. I've talked to previous Miss Earth winners, and then they said, perfection is expected of a queen. Perfection, nobody's perfect, but in the eyes or in the standard of Miss Earth, you should be perfect. And perfect is again relative here. In the standards of Miss Earth organization, you should be perfect. Your face, pleasing, you have a good body figure. We're not asking you to have 36, 24, 36 figure. We're not asking for a perfect figure because everybody is sexy in itself, not in yourself, in your own way. So how you carry yourself, how you project yourself in front of the public, that will make you sexy, okay? And then your body language, because it should synchronize with what you say and with what you feel. Otherwise, it would be very evident. It would be very obvious. That's why, the moment you step into the quarantine, especially if it is a face-to-face, if it is virtual, you are already judged without you knowing it. And there are people being scattered to judge you without you knowing it. And that's the reason why you really have to be very confident. You have to be very consistent from day one until the last day. Consistency. You have to be very authentic. You have to be yourself. You should not be pretending to be someone else. Show who you really are, because authenticity is gold. The moment they see that you are a genuine woman, the moment that they see that you are honest, truthful, then you are a potential winner. And then, most importantly also, speaking skills, because no matter how much we put it, you are ambassadors, you will become ambassadors of Miss Earth. Whether you will make it in the Miss Earth pageant or here in the Putri Bumi Indonesia, definitely you will be talking a lot. That's why Monica, if you've seen Monica, she has been, giving talks here and there. And you know what? According to the insiders of the Miss Earth who I talked to, that is one of the reasons why Monica made it in the top 20, because she's very articulate. She speaks her mind. She could express herself genuinely, and that's the reason why she managed. For the first time, Indonesia has managed to make it in the top 20. Congratulations, Monica. I'm so proud of you. And those were the feedback, and that's the reason why speaking skill is very important. We're not asking you to be very perfect in grammar. We're not asking you to really be, all the structure of the English language you should be able to say. And we are not expecting you to use highfalutin words. It's not all about that. It's how spontaneous you are when you are asked a question. Remember, you will be the voice of the organization. How would you represent the organization, the Eljan organization, if you do not know how to speak? Whether it's in Bahasa Indonesia or whether it's in English, you should be confident speaking, right? Because you are inspirations. You will, without you knowing it, ladies, the moment you're presented to the media, to the public, you have already created your individual or your respective fans, people who admire you, people who follow you, people who look up to you. And that's why your role is not just beauty queen wearing a crown and a sash with you, but you are beauty queens who should create a big impact to the world, okay? So in beauty pageants, you will know immediately how you are perceived by the people, by the audience. The moment you give out your answer, you would know whether the audience appreciates your answer or not. You will know whether they love you or not in a beauty pageant based on the reaction of the audience, and the judges. So you have to strive for perfection, and you have to be very confident. Confidence is the key, and then knowledge of the things that you need to prepare. I think I saw it in one of the slides of the previous speakers that you had. You should prepare all the things, the list of the preparations that you need to make. Okay, so if you have that, knowing that is knowledge. And once you're ready with that, you have the power to conquer the world, right? Okay, next.
Terima kasih Anda sudah menyaksikan karantina virtual Putri Bumi Indonesia 2021 dengan narasumber oleh Dodos Domingo, Pageants Public Speaking Coach. Pentingnya mempersiapkan diri dalam menghadapi sesi interview dengan seseorang yang akan menilai Anda dalam kompetisi.